Hello and welcome back to Mel the Bombshell. As you all know, I am an avid collector of all things video games, especially all things Halo, like the figures that I have in the background, or as you can tell, the box for this item right here, the green Master Chief replica helmet. And since I already had picked up this green Master Chief replica helmet and knew that it was a good purchase, you know that whenever I saw the Team Red and Team Blue themed War Games helmet of the same type, that I just had to grab them. So today we're going to do a very special unboxing of Team Blue and Team Red and do a little comparison of how all three of them look together and notice if there's any changes from the bit of an older helmet to these two newer pickups. Okay, now let's get into it. So picking which one of these War Games helmets to unbox first is actually quite a difficult task. So in order to figure out which one I want to unbox, I'm going to go with the color of my favorite character on the show, Red versus Blue, and my favorite character is indeed Caboose. So I will be starting out with Team Blue's helmet. Team Red will come later. So on the helmet for the packaging, the main thing that you need to watch for is that there are just two little circle stickers, just little clear circle stickers to seal the top lid down, and that's the only thing holding the top lid down. These pieces of cardboard over here, that the flaps that meet to secure that lid, don't have any tape on them whatsoever, so I'm just going to grab my knife and slice open these two sides. Okay, pretty easy. And now, should just be able to pull out these flaps and lift the lid. So on the inside of the box, we just have the three pieces of the vertical stand, like you see on the Master Chief helmet. There is a plastic vertical stand that holds the helmet upright whenever you're not wearing it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these pieces out, and we'll get to assembling that stand first. And this, I think, is the only assembly that happens with the helmet other than adding batteries for the lights. So there's not going to be a ton of steps to get this helmet out. Basically, these three things come out, and then the helmet comes out all in one piece. But I'm going to go ahead and build this, so I'm going to scoot this over. First part is the base of the stand, and as you can tell, it has a different symbol at the bottom. Next up, the pole. The pole does have these notches in it, and these notches on the pole line up with a notch on the inside of the base and a notch on the top part of the base. So I'm going to go ahead and line up the notch, attach this part. Like I said, it is a notch, so you should kind of feel it lock in without being able to twist, so mine's not all the way in. There, maybe. Okay, got it. It's a little bit tricky to get the notch lined up, so be careful. And finally, this is the part that the helmet will sit on. It's kind of like for the head shape to make sure that the helmet doesn't just wobble around all over the place. And same thing, it's got a notch. Press down. That one was a little bit easier. And now we have the helmet stand made. We can move that and do our final part of this unboxing, which is to get the helmet out. So to show you, flip the box over. It's just got some cardboard packaging material on top. And then we've got the helmet. So you're seeing the top of the helmet right now. And let's go ahead and pull it out of the plastic. And now we've got a very nice cobalt blue helmet. It does also have the war scarring on the top and the edges of the helmet. Because, you know, it's war games. You know, we got to have some scarring, right? And as you can tell from the inside, this is completely wearable. And yes, you can see through it. As you can also tell on the inside, it does have a shape that matches the shape of the base. Alright, now with the test and everything out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at Team Red. So the unboxing experience will be pretty much the same. Once again, we're just going to cut these two stickers on the side, pull out the tabs, lift the lid, and take out our base. So all three pieces of the stand are out. I'm going to go ahead and assemble. The assembly process will be exactly the same as it was on Team Blue helmets over here. So we're going to start with the base, grab the pole, line up the notches. That one went in pretty easily. And then grab the head, line it up. Okay, locked into place. And like I said earlier with the blue helmet, you can see that each stand itself has a different symbol on the bottom of it. One for Master Chief, one for Team Blue, one for Team Red, which shows the uniqueness of the design. And next up, we're going to pull out Team Red's helmet. Same thing as last time. So it's all pretty much the same as Team Blue's unboxing. Got the same type of box, same form fitted. And instead of pulling out a blue helmet though, we're pulling out a red helmet. The red and the blue on these helmets are very matte, but this helmet also does have those war damages on the outer design, on the edges and such, which you can tell are just kind of painted on there on top. It's not like they were actually rubbed off or anything. The inside of the helmet is of course the same and also can be worn. And in the back here we see that this has a battery pack to be used for the lighting effects. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the try-on. I'm going to start with Team Blue and show you how well this fits as an actual helmet. Hair out of the way. At the base setting, I'm not sure if it's actually going to fit the circumference of my head. The inside ring of this is adjustable, so you can fit it to actually make it fit nice on your skull. Put it on. So this helmet is a little bit baggy for me, so I'm going to have to hold the chin up a little bit. I probably sound really weird and echoey right now, but this is what I sound like to myself inside of the helmet, so hopefully it's not too bad. So the helmet itself feels pretty nice. I can see clearly out of it. There are some little lines on the visor for the patterning on the visor, which kind of get in the way of vision, but not severely, and it makes you feel like you do whenever you're in the game kind of looking through the lens of a Spartan. The helmet itself is pretty lightweight. You can tell that there's something on your head, and it's a little bit heavier toward the back, I guess, where the battery pack and stuff is. But overall, I don't think you would get too fatigued. It's pretty well ventilated with a giant gap at the bottom. As long as you don't wear a lot of neck things on, you should be able to even get through a con in this. So we tried the blue one on. It is a little bit warm in there, but not too bad. Like I said, I think you would be able to make it through a con in that. Very breathable, pretty darn lightweight for what it is, and you'll look hella cool as well. Now for Team Red, which I assume is going to be the same experience. Sorry if my hair's a mess. Same experience. This one actually fits a little bit differently on me. I think it's just adjusted slightly different. And it's a little bit crooked on me, but I do need to go ahead and adjust it, make it tighter. I will have to continue to hold this up. Looks about the same, except the plastic down here looks a little bit red instead of blue. There's also a little bit of a red reflection on the visor that I can see, so everything has like a red tint. And I'm assuming that's from this top part. But other than the inside color, everything else is the same. As you can tell with these helmets, they are pretty much identical when it comes to the Team Red and Team Blue helmets. And if we even look at them compared to the form of the Master Chief helmet, the form of each of these three helmets is completely identical. They just have the different paint jobs to make them look a little bit different. All of these have that war-torn patterning on them. Master Chief's does have a little bit more damage on it than Team Red and Team Blue here. But Team Red and Team Blue, of course, identical copies other than the contrasting colors. And another thing you can probably tell, especially from the view you've got right now, all of these have the same visor color. The coloring on each of these three helmets is a pretty deep matte, which on the green helmet looks really nice, and I think on the blue it does. But to me, the red and the black don't really look as good with that super matte tone to them. They kind of almost fade out into a darker gray rather than the black that you would want to see on one of these. Master Chief's helmet also has damage on the back of the helmet, as you can see here. And these red and blue team helmets do not feature such damage whatsoever. Not really disappointing by any means, but I do wish, like how they had made the Master Chief helmet a little bit different, that maybe the red and the blue helmets had some sort of difference in their patterning or in their design, because the main differences that we see in the blue and in the red are, of course, the color, and that's about the only thing on the helmet. But we also have the different symbols on the stands to differentiate them. But this, of course, is just a painted on like outline thing, so it's not even that much work. So I wish a little bit more effort had gone into the design of these two to make them stand out from each other and from Master Chief, just that little bit more. Okay, so now that we've got the testing all the way through, let's talk about our final thoughts. Overall, I'm very pleased with these helmets. Once again, I do wish they had a little bit more differentiation other than just the color, but whatever. They are still really awesome, and they're really going to be a special part of my Halo collection. Not only can my shelves look cool, but I can look cool and dress as either Team Red or Team Blue in like a full cosplay getup if I wanted to. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of these. I will leave links to these down below so that you can buy some yourself. I don't necessarily recommend them for their price. I think that they are a little bit expensive. I did get these at a discount as well. I went ahead and picked them up. But at the full $75 or $80 at some places, I don't really think that these hold that amount of quality. But if you are someone that's really into that larger replica size and likes to have a larger helmet, especially a wearable one on yourself, really isn't that bad. I just wish that it would be a little bit higher quality for that price point. And now that we've gotten to see everything about the two helmets, let me know, are you Team Red or Team Blue for War Games? And if you like to see cool things in videos like this, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And with all of that said, I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all again soon, here on Mel the Bombshell. Alright, bye!
My name is Michael J. Caboose, and hey, taxes.